Welcome back into Northeast Current on the ION Network. I'm Holly Golembeski, and we're on location here in Carbondale at Three Guys and a Beard Brewery. They are busy getting ready for St. Patty's Day. The parade's coming up. You can get their beer in several bars, including Cooper's, if you would like to. And we're going to actually see how beer is brewed today and talk about all the awards that a local company has gotten just from brewing some beer. We're standing in the brew house here at Three Guys and a Beard Brewery, and I'm with Johnny Waring. I got it right. One of the owners here, and right now, this is where the magic happens, but what exactly happens here?
Well, these are our kettles at this point. We actually just expanded to a 4-barrel system, so these are all going to be boiled kettles at this point. But to start, this is our mash tun. This is where we put all of our grains, and these we take these little guys here, we grind them up real small. And then they go into one of these kettles. We fill up with water, and we let it sit for an indeterminate amount of time. And we know, but
you can't tell.
I couldn't tell you. Usually about an hour, so all depending on the beer. And it steeps in there like tea or oatmeal.
Okay.
You know, so it sits in there for a while. And what it's doing, it's the hot water is converting all the sugars and starch in there. It's converting it all into, food for yeast essentially. Okay. So as it sits in here for a while, then we drain it out, and at that point, the liquid that comes out is called wort, and that is early beer. Okay. And it's full of sugars. It's very sweet as it goes into our boil kettle. Okay. And once it hits our boil kettle, it sits in there for an hour, and we boil it continuously. And at certain times, we'll add different types of hops for bittering and aroma, and as it sits in there and boils down, everything gets ready and converted. And then we transferred everything into our fermenters. And then we add our yeast, and the yeast goes to town. So pretty much we're just vessels just for the yeast, to give it something to eat. And it eats all these sugars and creates alcohol, and creates a delicious beer that we all love.
Well, I actually never knew how beer was made, so that's interesting. How long does the process take?
That's the long and the short of it. But
yeah, right. But how long the whole process?
The brew cycle will take about 2 hours normally, from start to finish, and then there's cleanup and stuff that goes along with it, because one of the main parts of brewing beer is cleanliness. Everything's got to be sterile and sanitized, or else you're going to get infections in your beer, you get bad beer, and you end up dumping lots of product down the drain. You lose money. So we like to avoid that.
Right. Right. I'm sure. It is very clean in here, I have to say. Tell us how you got your start in brewing.
Well, there's 4 of us involved in a brewery. And we all grew up together, friends, went to high school together, went to grade school together, and we all started brewing together. Matt and Dave started brewing together.
Hopefully not in grade school.
No, not in grade school, no. When we were of age. We were 21. No, but Matt and Dave started brewing together first, and then they brought me in. And I said, man, what are you guys doing? This is awesome. This is delicious beer. So I wanted to learn everything I could about it. So I would take different beers. I go to 6-pack shops, and I get certain, all different styles and varieties. I just grab a 6-pack. And I go home and I drink one at a time, and I just review them, to see how much I like them. I pair them with food and everything. So that's, where I learned a lot about it. And then these guys, I learned a lot with these guys brewing as well. And John as well came in. So we all started brewing together. And we've been brewing together for about 10 years. And coming up with our recipes and fine-tuning them and refining them, and giving to more friends and family, which we're more than happy to try.
Oh, sure. Yeah, definitely. But 3 years, you said, you're going strong here.
Yeah. We're open for 3 years now. And all the paperwork process took forever to get through.
Sure.
But, once we got through that, and we opened our doors, it's been nonstop.
And you're in over 40 restaurants and bars.
40 bars and restaurants. We're in about 10 beer distributors, and the numerous 6-pack shops as well around the area. So,
well, we're going to talk about the specific beers that you have now.
Sure.
But how does the season rotate, like by season? How do you come up with different ideas, for the fall or for the winter or for the spring and the summer?
Well, luckily the beer community kind of dictates what normally goes out. Now, we don't like to totally follow what goes on. But we have our spring seasonal out now, which is our Malarkey Irish Red. And it's typically a spring beer. And we only brew that for 2 months out of the year. We put it out in February and March, and whatever's left at the end of March is what's left. I mean, you can't get any more until the next year.
Right, like the chocolate stout that
like
was
our chocolate
available.
porter, yeah.
And I was really bummed that you had none left.
Yeah.
That's something I would try. Even
Yeah.
though I fasted on chocolate for Lent, I'd have to wait. But
That's
next,
right.
well, actually, at the end of this year,
We actually use local chocolate in that too. We get
Oh,
it from
wow.
Dunmore Candy Kitchen.
wow.
Yeah.
See, it's local businesses are so important,
Got
and
it.
that's why this is it's a great story in
Yeah.
itself. But you were telling
I
me,
forgot to go into it. I don't mean to interrupt you, but
yes.
all the grains that come out of here when we're done, they still have nutrients in them. We give them to local farms,
Oh wow.
and they feed their cattle with them and everything. So it's kind of full circle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it definitely is. That's great.
Try to, I mean, it's not enough grains to really supplement the farmers' grain bills and stuff, but I mean,
Sure,
any
it
little bit
helps.
helps. We try.
Yeah.
You know, we try.
And you were okay. Now let's talk about the beards,
Sure.
because you all have beards, and now you
No, I have a beard. These guys have facial hair.
and you said you're not going to shave now.
I can't. No.
You can't.
No,
it's kind of like Duck Dynasty. They
No,
can't shave.
nothing like them.
Yeah, nothing. Well, yeah, this is true. You're doing a totally different different industry. But you were telling me about the barbershop line. You have a barbershop beer line.
Well, we have one beer that we brewed with Loyalty Barbershop in Archibald. Now, we had the boys up to the brewery. We've been friends with them for a long time, even before they was Loyalty Barbershop. We've known them for a long time. And we got a great relationship with each other. We said, hey, we want to do a beer. You guys want to come up and brew with us? Sure. So, you know, they do great haircuts and hot shaves down there. Of course, I
Can't do that.
I haven't
Yeah.
had either. They're the only people that are allowed to trim my beard. I don't want anybody else touch it. But we had them up to the brewery, and we brewed this cream ale. Now, nobody brews a cream ale. It's tough to find around here. The only cream ale that most people ever find is a Jenny cream ale. We're nothing like Jenny cream ale. Yeah, we're 10 times better. Sorry, Jenny.
I never even tried a cream ale. And
No?
Wow. I never did.
You're missing out.
Well, I will. I will have to do that someday. But you were telling me a funny story about the facial hair, and you were talking about a different line of beer.
Yes, our clean shaven series.
There you go.
Now, it's our experimental line of beers.
Okay.
Now, a few years ago, before we opened the brewery, I shaved. Right, like the year before we opened. And the guys, like, almost had a conniption. They were ready to kill me. And they revoked all my decision making for 3 months because I shaved my beard. It's not three guys and some other guy.
Right.
3 guys and a beard. You're supposed to have a beard.
And it's spelled B-E-E-R-D.
Yep.
Just so you know.
Yep. So I shaved my beard, and that was my experiment. It's my face, sure. They're like, no, not anymore. Nope.
Can't happen.
But no, beard belongs to the brewery. You have to have a beard now.
Well, how's
Okay.
your family feel about the...
My wife loves it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. At least I tell everybody she loves it. She might not.
She might not.
No, she likes it.
Well, you've won a lot of awards.
Yeah.
Electric City.
Electric City, best local brewery, 2 years running, 2012,
Wow.
2013.
Wow.
We're going for 2014, so make sure you guys vote when it comes up.
Yeah, and with the Electric City, I didn't realize it's not something you enter. It's being voted
Yeah,
as the best.
people
So
vote
that's
for us.
great.
The Readers Electric City magazine would vote for us.
Great.
So that's pretty fun.
When we come back, we're actually going to talk about their awards. We're going to talk about the beers they have now, and we're going to talk about how you can get them. So stay tuned to Northeast Current. On location here in Carbondale at Three Guys and a Beard Brewery, I'm here with Matt Zuck, who is also an owner.
How you doing?
Hi, welcome in.
Thanks.
So what we're going to do is talk about where you get your hops. We're going to talk
Okay.
about your awards that you've received and what kind of beer you have now and where people can get them, especially with St. Patty's Day coming up. So let's talk about the hops.
Well, we get our hops in what they call pellet form. They're broken down from the whole cones for space reasons for us. We do get them from Washington State and other parts of the United States, Iowa, stuff like that also. Most of our grains and stuff come from the Midwest. So we get a lot of product from the United States and everything like that.
Right. And now that you have, we've talked about the Electric City Awards, 12, 13, going for 14.
Going
so
for 14,
make sure
yes.
you vote. Make sure you vote for Three Guys and a Beard, spelled B-E-E-R-D, by the way. What other awards have you received?
We did the Steamtown Beer Fest last year, and we won People's Choice out of all
Wow.
the breweries up there. We also do stuff for Plains Fire Department. We also do stuff for softball leagues and other stuff like that. So
What is that one?
that's just one of our tap handles that we have made
Oh,
up.
okay.
Yep.
That-
And we do make them in-house.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Nice. Yeah, it's an interesting setup here.
Thank
and
you.
you have 5 beers right now. I'm assuming
Yes.
these are the ones that are currently available.
They are currently available. We
Okay.
have our 4-year rounds and our 1 seasonal out right now.
Okay.
What we have here, we're starting with our Carbondalian, which is our pale ale. And that's about 5% alcohol and about 18 IBUs.
What's IBU?
IBUs is International Bittering Units.
Okay.
It's basically how much bitterness the hops add to your beer.
Okay. And you can control that, obviously.
Yes, we can.
Okay. So we have this one.
We have our shaving cream ale, which is a collaboration with the guys from a local barbershop. This one here is about 5.5% alcohol and about 20 IBUs.
Okay. So a
Okay.
little bit bitter.
Yep.
And this one.
And this is our wheat beer, Wheat the People. Yes.
That's great. Who comes up with the names, by the way?
We all kind of have an idea. We just throw them out there.
Yeah.
And a friend of ours actually helped us name this one.
Okay. I like that. And what kind is that again? A wheat,
This is a wheat beer,
obviously?
an American
Okay.
Hef is what it is.
All right.
And then we have our other year-round, which is our Ladder Dive Rye IPA.
Okay.
Okay, this one here is about 7% alcohol and about 70 IBUs.
So that's
it's
why
pretty
it's,
bitter.
I was going to say, that's why it's called that. 7% alcohol in that
Yes,
one?
yes.
Okay.
And then we have our seasonal, which is for St. Patrick's Day, which is our Malarkey Irish Red. This is about 6% alcohol and about 30 IBUs.
Okay. Are you in any beer bars or restaurants in Scranton?
Yes, we are.
Okay, because I was going to ask, the parade's coming up.
The parade is coming up.
So I'm sure a lot of people are going to want to try your beer if they haven't already.
You can find us at Andy Gavin's,
Okay.
The Bog, Backyard Ale House, the Keys in Scranton.
Okay.
And you can also find us in local distributors around the area for bottles too. And Cooper's also.
Oh, Cooper's.
Yes,
Nice.
Cooper's, yes.
Awesome. So if somebody wanted to buy some of the beer, they could buy it from those places as well?
They do have it on draft. I think the Backyard has it in bottles.
Okay.
Okay.
Where, is there any other places that they can get it? Any distributors around here that have it yet?
In the Carbondale area, we have it here at Clausy's.
Okay.
In Peckville, we have it at Joe the Beer Man.
Okay.
Okay. And in Dunmore area, we have it at Minio's.
All right. So
Okay.
you've been brewing a long time. They
Yes,
said
we
since
have.
grade school, but not really.
No, no.
The idea probably has been there. But what one is your favorite? Which do you like the best?
My favorite is actually the cream ale.
Okay. I never tried a cream ale.
No?
Ever.
Well, it's an old style of beer that's, we decided to redo.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's probably a good thing because it sounds like it's not something that's easily attainable.
It is.
Yeah.
It's
Different.
It's different. It's a different kind of brew, yeah.
Okay. Well, Matt, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right. We hope that you enjoyed our segment here on location in Carbondale at Three Guys and a Beard Brewery. And we also would like to remind you here at Northeast Current and the ION Network to drink responsibly. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you again next week.